This channel is for adults and not for kids. Hey guys, thanks for stopping back by. So I've got something cool to show you guys tonight. I just got this really awesome album and I thought I would tell you guys about it. So I absolutely love George Romero's Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. I love both of those films. And Goblin is incredible. It's really cool electronic music. And not too long ago, I think it was last year, Goblin actually came to town and they performed, with a giant movie screen behind them, and there was, showing all the scenes from different movies that they have been on the soundtracks for. And, there was Suspiria and Dawn of the Dead and just on and on with all this amazing music. And I love Goblin. But when you're talking about Dawn of the Dead, it's not just Goblin music. In fact, most of the soundtrack is made up of this collection of what's known as library tracks. It's pre-recorded music, it had already been made. And George Romero was a low-budget movie maker, and to keep the budgets down, instead of having to pay for studio time and musicians, he would just score a lot of his films with these library tracks. And, it was really cost-effective. He did that with Night of the Living Dead, and he did it with Dawn of the Dead. And the funny thing is that even though a lot of that music used for like Night of the Living Dead was used in science fiction and horror movies and westerns well before Night of the Living Dead, when I hear that music, I automatically think of Night of the Living Dead. And that just goes to show you the power of a good filmmaker. He can take something that wasn't really created for his project, but because his filmmaking is so good, it's now, associated with it. It is now that soundtrack. And the same thing with Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead uses all of this like cheesy muzak, which is like perfect for the theme of the film of, these brain dead zombies who are basically, standing in for consumers, going to pray at the shrine of consumerism, a shopping mall. And so you've got all this you've got all of that playing in the background of this shopping mall, and it's perfect. So Romero had edited most of the film, was just about completed. He had edited everything around these library tracks. I don't want to say that he had to shoehorn in the Goblin stuff, but Goblin and Argento presented Romero with the music very late in the game. And so he put it in the film where he could fit it in. At the very beginning, you've got that driving boom, 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 boom. That, it's basically what you associate Dawn of the Dead with, is that driving heartbeat-like sound from Goblin. And there's different musical cues in there from Goblin. With Argento's cut of the film, there's a lot more Goblin added in. And I don't know if the humor was lost on Argento, if it just didn't translate well, but he cut out a lot of not just the library tracks, but a lot of the sort of humor that punctuates Romero's movie. It's a biting commentary against consumerism. And I don't know if that got lost on Argento, if he just wanted a straightforward zombies biting people movie, but he cut a lot of that humor out and a lot of this music out as well. But I love all of the stuff that Romero used, and I want to show you guys this awesome album that made my Monday. This is very nice to come home to. So you got this gorgeous artwork on the cover with all these sort of recognizable zombies. You've got the machete head zombie right there. You've got the stumbling fat guy that rides up the escalator. You've got the Hare Krishna. You've got stupid ass Flyboy. You have the plaid zombie who is on the poster. That's him right there. You have the nurse next to him. You've got the dude that kept grabbing the guns away from Roger. And then I forget who that ugly blonde guy is, but I do recognize his face. Anyway, this is put out by Waxwork Records. And even though I own all this music already on CD, as I've told you guys before in the past, I like to collect soundtracks to horror movies, science fiction films, and spaghetti westerns. Basically, this whole cool collector niche market that is in vinyl nowadays. I just think it's very, very cool. And so, you know, I like to own it. I have it on CD, but I also wanted it on vinyl. It's just very cool. Look at this artwork. That's Savini hanging onto the sidecar, about to lop off that bitch's head right there. It's 3 albums. Somehow in my head I thought it was only 2, so it was like a cool surprise. Some more cool artwork with old Flyboy leading the way. There's the cart without Raj sitting in it. Gorgeous artwork. This they sort of took some artistic liberties with, because there's our heroes up on top, about to hear the famous "When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth" speech. And they are on top of the skating rink. And you know, that's not really the way it happened in the film, but it looks awfully cool. There's the skating rink where they, after they cleared out all the undead, they turned it into a shooting gallery. Okay, let's show you guys the albums. So first off, here's the liner notes. Very cool. Look at this artwork. That's awesome. I always love liner notes. This tells you all about Romero using library tracks, and it's just very cool. So the first one is this gorgeous orange, very jack-o'-lantern Halloween looking. And the picture on the back is one of the zombies in the crosshairs, okay? So that's the first picture. And the second album is in a super pretty blue, like a turquoise color. And the picture on the back is blam! The zombie gets shot in the head. His eyes are closed. There's hella blood coming out the back of his head. And the third and final record is this gorgeous lavender, beautiful light purple color with marbling in there. And the zombie is now falling backwards. That's awesome. So, yeah, all of this is the all of the library music, all of the, you know, mall music, and all the little musical stings that you hear throughout the film. And then it's got that 'Cause I'm a Man. It's got that song on there. Basically everything except Goblin is on here. And, you know, now it's nice because basically this is the entirety of the Dawn of the Dead movie on record. This plus that Goblin record is, you know, pretty cool to have it all. Like I said, I've got them on CD, and now it's nice to have them on vinyl too. I don't know, there's just something cool about these records that are being put out by Waxwork Records and Mondo, and just like these cool sort of niche horror soundtracks. Anyway, I really recommend picking this up, guys. It's fun to listen to because you just picture the film as you hear this music, you know? And whenever you hear this type of music, you automatically think of these scenes. And you think of what Romero was actually saying. Not only is it, you know, social commentary, but it's also just a hell of a good horror movie. Just great looking monsters running around, and you really end up caring about these people that are going through this bullshit. And it's just such a fun movie. Still holds up to this day. It and Night of the Living Dead are my two favorite zombie movies of all time. And I recommend picking both of these up. They're both awesome. And I just wanted to stop in and say hi, guys, and show this off. It was a nice way to end a Monday. All right, guys, hang in there. I'll be back with some more monsters very soon. As always, guys, happy Halloween.